Hey everybody, Gabe Jenkins back with you, talking about AutoCAD drawing number 17, and only this is a very specific video on how to use the scale function in AutoCAD. Scaling allows you to take an existing element, a shape, a circle, a line, something, and make a scaled up or scaled down version of it. So in drawing class, we've learned about scale factors, and a scale factor of 2 to 1 means that you're making something twice as big as the original. 1 to 10 means that it's 1/10 as big as the original. And so we're going to learn how to just apply that scaling function to an AutoCAD feature. So without any further ado, I'm going to come over here to AutoCAD drawing. What I've done is I've created an element that's just like this central kind of pill-shaped pocket that is in the original reference drawing. You can see that it's got that the top has a radius of 0.3, and the bottom has a radius of 0.3 as well. And the distance from the center point of that circle to the center point of that circle is 3.8 units long. So I've recreated that here with these dimensions. So if I want to make a copy of it, so like in this example, we want to make a copy that's a little bit smaller, and a little bit smaller, and a little bit smaller, right? And so how do we scale it up or down? We know that this next biggest one here has a circle of the radius of 0.24 on the end instead of 0.3 on the end. And so we can use that, the ratio of those two numbers to determine our scale factor. So the first thing we're going to do over here is I'm just going to make a copy of it because I want to make sure I preserve it. So I just hit Control C, Control V, and it lets me kind of like place it wherever I want. So I'm just going to make a copy and place it right here. So I want to scale this one down, right? So in order to do that, I can click on it, and I click the scale button, which can be found right here, right? So I click on that, and the next question it asks me is, where do you want to, what's the base point? Specify the base point, meaning, okay, we're gonna shrink it or make it larger, but what do you kind of want to be as the center point of where you're shrinking it or enlarging it from? So, for example, if I pick it here, you can see as I start to move it, it's keeping that center point the same even if I make the whole thing bigger or smaller. You can tell that it's keeping that center point of where I click, that's going to stay in the same spot. You can also see over here where it says specify scale factor. If I go to right at about 1.00, yeah, there we go, 0.00, it's going to be exactly the same as my original size. But if I make it smaller, you can see that my scale factor gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So anything with a scale factor of below 1.0 means you're making a smaller version, and anything with a scale factor of above 1 means you're making a bigger one, right? So I'm going to escape out of this because I don't want to use that as my base point, right? So I'm going to do it again. Hit scale factor, click on my object, hit enter. I'm going to specify the center, the geometric center of my little pill-shaped pocket right here. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to move out a little bit. Now I have to decide what is my scale factor going to be. And in order to find that, I'm going to take 0.24 divided by 0.3. 0.24 divided by 0.3 is 8/10, right? Or 0.8. So if I'm over here and I type in 0.8, enter, that has now made a copy of that, which is a copy of the original, but just 8/10 as big, 0.8 times scale factor, okay? And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to place it wherever I need it to be placed on this diagram. Just to show you one more time, the next one out has a radius of 0.18 compared to our original of 0.3. If I take 0.18 and divided it by 0.3, it ends up getting me a scale factor of 0.6. So if again I just want to like copy, paste this guy and make a smaller version of it, cool. I'm going to click on scale factor, click on it, enter, establish my base point here, and I'm going to say 0.6, enter, and that gives me that next one out. The last one, 0.12, well, I'll let you do the math on the last one just to make sure you can do it. But that's the basic process. That's how you use the scale feature. You're going to take an element, you're going to establish a base point and then determine whatever you want the scale factor to be and enter that, and it's going to create a copy of the original that is scaled up or scaled down as you see fit. Just to, maybe just one more thing to show you. Say I take the original original, copy, paste it, and I want to just show you. So if I just take this and make one that's scale factor of 3.0, it should make something that's exactly 3 times as large as the original. So if I type in 3, you can see it makes a giant one, right? It makes one that's 3 times as big as the original. So that's how that works. You can make it bigger or smaller. Okay? So good luck with this. This is how you use the scale feature. All right.